Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sunday Wellness by Policybazaar. मैं हूँ आपकी होस्ट सिमरन। आप सबको पता ही होगा कि अक्टूबर ब्रेस्ट कैंसर अवेयरनेस मंथ है एंड हम चाहते थे हम इस प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज़ करें to do our bit to raise awareness around this disease. Now, before we start, I wanted to share a quick fact with you all. WHO के अनुसार 2020 में देवर approximately 2.3 million women diagnosed with breast cancer and approximately 6 lakh deaths हुई थी globally. Now these stats are alarmingly high and they underscore the need to have more conversations around breast cancer and educate women on this deadly disease. Now we have Chhavi Mittal with us today. She's a renowned actor and a social media influencer. Hi Chhavi.
Hi Simran, I'm very happy to be here.
Hi, so good to see you. Now, first of all, Chavi, thank you so much for coming on the show. Our relationship with you goes long back, and it's always a pleasure to have you with us. You've been very vocal about your experience with breast cancer, which has helped raise awareness around this topic amongst Indian women. And on behalf of the entire Policy Bazaar team, I would like to thank you for that. I'm grateful to you for that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now, I know talking about a personal experience like this is not easy, but we, salute your courage to do so.
Thank you.
Now, Chavi, for starters, जब आपको अपना पहला breast cancer diagnosis मिला था, तो what were your initial thoughts? What was your reaction? What went through your mind?
Um, I think I definitely should mention the one session that I did with Policy Bazaar where we spoke about breast cancer awareness, and there was another doctor on this discussion, and that was the first time that I also heard about breast cancer in so much detail, because as an outsider, जब आप किसी को पर्सनली नहीं जानते हैं जैसे ब्रेस्ट कैंसर हुआ हो या किसी भी तरह का कैंसर हुआ हो, वो हमेशा आपके लिए एक ऐसी चीज होती है जो किसी और को होती है, आपको नहीं होती है, वो दूसरों को होती है. So the first time that I actually heard so much about breast cancer was during a session with Policy Bazaar, and how to do your self checkups, how to go to the what kind of tests you can do at a hospital. वो सारी चीज़ों के बारे में हमने डिस्कशन की, और 15 दिन के बाद मुझे पता चला कि मुझे ब्रेस्ट कैंसर है. सो आई वुड से इट वाज, आई डोंट नो, इट वाज अ वेरी अनकैनी फीलिंग कि अभी हम लोगों ने बात की कि कैसे दूसरों को अपने आप को चेकअप करना चाहिए अपना, एंड सडनली आई एम द वन हु इज ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द टेबल नाउ. एंड ऑफ कोर्स द फर्स्ट रिएक्शन वाज कि ये तो नहीं हो सकता, कुछ ना कुछ गलती हुई होगी. कई बार गलती हो जाती है. वी सी सो मेनी फिल्म्स एंड वी आर आई एम फ्रॉम द फिल्म बैकग्राउंड. सो कि कभी किसी की रिपोर्ट एक्सचेंज हो गई, कुछ गलती हो गई, कुछ हुआ होगा, बिकॉज इट कैनॉट बी मी. So the first reaction was that, but I think wisdom struck in faster than I expected it to, and I thought कि नहीं ऐसा है, अगर doctor is calling and telling me कि ऐसा है तो ऐसा होगा, and it's stupid of me to keep thinking कि कुछ गलती हुई होगी, and the faster I act on it the better. तो सबसे पहली चीज जो मैंने की वो थी अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर की कि जो भी ब्रेस्ट कैंसर मुझे है, द काइंड ऑफ कैंसर दैट आई हैव व्हिच इज ER PR पॉजिटिव और व्हाटएवर, लंप का क्या साइज है और किस स्टेज पर मैं हूँ. कीपिंग ऑल दोस थिंग्स इन माइंड, व्हाट आर द चांसेस ऑफ सर्वाइवल, what are the treatment options, and lots of other questions like that. So basically I met my doctor and gathered my information, and then we decided the course of my treatment.
And Chavi, throughout your experience, how did you find the strength to cope with the physical and emotional challenges of your cancer journey?
No, I think you don't really go looking for strength. The strength just comes to you, because actually when you face something like that, no, you don't really have a choice. तो करना ही है ना. It's not कि नहीं यार आज मन नहीं, आज नहीं करते हैं. It's not like that. When you have a disease which you have to fight it every minute, no matter what you feel and what you do. So the strength comes to you. I think for anybody who's fighting cancer, they're very strong, because until and unless you're mentally strong that you're going to get over it, or this is not the end of the world, it's
Yeah.
it's it's next to impossible to fight it, actually. And I feel
Yeah.
more than a physical struggle, it is a
Hmm.
mental struggle to understand कि ये चीज हुई है, अब इसको हमें स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3, स्टेप 4 करके क्रॉस करना है टिल वी conquer it. So
Yeah.
I think when, I mean, you were also mentioning in the beginning that, you salute my courage of talking about it. I feel that there is no other option,
Yeah.
because if somebody, I mean, somebody like me who is on social media, I'm a social media personality. If I don't talk about it, it's just simply not an option for me. I talk about everything because this is my life. If I'm sharing my life with people, then I'm sharing the good parts and I'm sharing the bad parts. हमेशा हर कोई खुश नहीं रह सकता ना, हमेशा हर किसी की लाइफ अच्छी नहीं चल सकती. That's also wrong. If somebody is portraying that, it's a wrong impression. And I think today on social media, I see so many people who are using filters. I feel, what is the meaning of using a filter? Using a filter means that you're trying to look pretty for somebody else. You're trying to look prettier for somebody else. Even if
Yeah.
you're pretty, even pretty girls who are 20 years old, 19 years old, younger, 24 years old, they're using filters. Why? Because they want to look pretty. They want to portray an image to other people. And now let's think about the other people who are looking at that girl.
Yeah.
They think that, wow, she's so pretty and I'm not. So I'm saying that this kind of insecurity happens
Yeah.
because a lot of people are portraying a false image of themselves, and I don't want to do that ever. There are good days in my life, there are bad days in my life. I look nice with makeup, I don't look nice without makeup. There are days I look nice without makeup, there are days I look horrible without makeup. So there are days, there are phases in everyone's life. Today I have cancer, today I don't have cancer, yesterday I was absolutely fine. And it's a journey, so I feel that it's only organic for me to share everything.
Yeah. I feel like Chavi, as a person of influence, right? With your social media following and everything, you have a huge responsibility to sort of, use your platform wisely. And I wish more influencers and content creators, feel this way and act responsibly.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely true, because I also feel that it is important.
Yeah.
It is important, and also मतलब मुझे नहीं पता है कि जो इंसान अपने आप को कुछ और पोर्ट्रे करना चाह रहा है सोशल मीडिया पे, वो अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में क्या स्ट्रगल्स फेस कर रहा है. What are the insecurities that that person himself or herself is facing in their own life? So I think सबसे पहले तो वो इनसिक्योरिटी को टैकल करना चाहिए ना. तो उससे अगर आप टैकल
Yeah.
करोगे तो ही कोई और चीज आप टैकल कर पाओगे, बिकॉज ये तो बहुत छोटी सी चीज है कि आज मैं ऐसी हूं तो लोग क्या कहेंगे. That's like, I think that's such a big fear in everyone's mind. So yeah.
छवि, आई फील लाइक कैंसर, मतलब जो इंसान डायग्नोस होता है कैंसर से, उसको तो कैंसर अफेक्ट करता है, बट उनके जो फैमिली है, फ्रेंड्स हैं, उनको भी बहुत अफेक्ट करता है. एंड आई थिंक गेटिंग सपोर्ट फ्रॉम देम इज one very major tool that one needs to battle this deadly disease. आप अपने सपोर्ट के बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे ड्यूरिंग दिस जर्नी?
So I want to say that cancer is a disease that happens to the whole family. It's not just one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So टेक्निकली इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट, फिजिकल स्ट्रगल जो है वो तो मैं अकेली करूंगी ना, वो तो मुझे अकेले ही करना है, बिकॉज नोबडी एल्स इज गोइंग टू do the physiotherapy for me. Nobody else is going to do the radiotherapy for me. Nobody else is going to have my medicine and get better, right? तो वो तो एक स्ट्रगल है जो मुझे करना ही है. लेकिन थ्रू दिस स्ट्रगल, जो मेंटल स्ट्रगल है, उसमें बहुत लोग मुझे हेल्प कर सकते हैं. सो माई हस्बैंड, माई किड्स, they have been such a strong support system for me, because as an entrepreneur, I am, and as a mother, my responsibility in everyday life is huge.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not somebody who is only conscious of her responsibilities. I'm also very well aware of my personal needs. So
Yeah.
fitness, which is an obsession for me, going to the gym, working out, and enhancing the skills that my body can perform, is a
Yeah.
very important goal for me. So if you look at my fitness, if you look at my responsibilities as a parent, I have two kids. If you look at my responsibility in office, I also write, I also act, I also edit. There's a lot that I do at work also. लेकिन जब आप किसी चीज से हील कर रहे हैं, एंड इट्स नॉट जस्ट रिकवरी, इट्स हीलिंग, it's you're healing from within, you're healing from your mind, you're healing from your body, you need to focus on that.
Yeah.
So my husband really stepped in, and he took the load of my responsibilities on his shoulders. I knew that I don't have to worry about kids. Kids are fed, kids will go to school, they will bathe, they will do their extracurricular activities. I don't have to focus on that. He took complete responsibility. At work, he took responsibility of my work as well. You know, he hired more we hired more staff in office, and balanced everything out while I was healing. And a very important thing, I feel that as a cancer survivor, I know that when I was going through my treatment, there were a lot of times that I needed personal time. When I say personal time, it's not family time, it's just me time. A lot of times I just needed to be alone, and needed to be alone means sometimes I actually just took off. I would leave town for a couple of days, just to be with myself, or I would just check myself into a hotel here in Mumbai and just be with myself, or I would meditate for a long time, or I would just sit in the balcony for a long time, not without my phone, without any gadgets, without anything, just spending time with myself, understanding what am I going through, what do I need right now. And my husband really let me be at that point. And then there were times when I've cried a lot. I've cried a lot. Suddenly, suddenly you have this moment where you feel, why me? Although that is a question which very rarely came to me, because I always felt, why not me? Kisi matlab, you just said the numbers, how many
Yeah.
women are suffering from breast cancer today, and how many people are dying from it. तो जब इतने लोगों को हो रहा है, तो मैं कोई स्पेशल थोड़ी हूँ जो मुझे नहीं हो सकता है. सो मोस्टली माई फीलिंग वाज ऑलवेज दैट, बट स्टिल every now and then this thought would come, why me? And that's the time my husband would hold me and support me in, like, in every way possible. And my
Yeah.
kids, my daughter really took care of me. She was only 8 at that time, she had not even completed 9, now she's 10. She really wanted to take care of me. She would There's not much she could do, but that emotional support where she would just hold my hand and sit
Yeah.
while I slept, just means so much, because that this little girl is there, she's there, she cares for me, she loves me. I have to get better for her. And
Yeah.
I don't want her to feel that, oh, my mother gave up. So that courage, little kids can really bring you a lot of courage. My little one, who's now 4, he was on the verge of turning 3 at that point, and he didn't understand anything, but sensitivity is so high in little kids. He understood that something is wrong with my mother and she needs to be taken care of. So he would come randomly to me and press my feet with his little hands. He would know ki, mama is trying to sleep, so I will comfort her. Or he will come and ask me that, I had told him ki right side you cannot touch because mama ko chot lagi hai. So he would come and ask me, right kaun sa hai, left kaun sa hai? Then I would tell him this is left. So he would come and hug me on the left. So little things like that, they really would cheer me up so much. And I think
Yeah.
if I did not have all this, my struggle would have been so much harder.
Yeah. Chavi, I feel like there are a lot of myths out there when it comes to breast cancer. And for instance, मैंने अभी उस दिन किसी सोशल मीडिया चैनल पर किसी को बोलते हुए सुना कि ब्रेस्ट कैंसर आपको तभी हो सकता है if you've had kids and if you're like post 30. तो ऐसे कोई myths है जो आपने personally encounter करे and something that you would like to debunk for our viewers?
हाँ. So सबसे पहली चीज तो ये है that breast cancer is not curable. There was a time when cancer did not have a cure, और कैंसर अगर किसी को होता था तो उसका एक ही आउटकम होता था, that this person has these many years, these many months to live, so let them be comfortable. कीमोथेरेपी चली जा रही है लेकिन कुछ असर नहीं हो रहा है. कीमोथेरेपी खुद भी इतनी पेनफुल होती है. So the first myth is that it's not curable. Breast cancer means you will die. That's a myth. It's not true. It is curable. Second myth is that if you have breast cancer, you will lose your breast. It's a myth. Breast cancer does not mean mastectomy. It depends on how bad it is. At what stage did you discover it?
Yeah.
Because you can also just do a lumpectomy and save your breast. Third myth is कि अगर mastectomy हो गई, then you will be deformed for the rest of your life. No, there are a lot of reconstruction options available. You can look and feel absolutely normal. This is an organ which is the easiest to replace. I'm saying, instead of मतलब prosthetics जैसे हाथ किसी का चला गया या पैर चला गया, वो फिर भी मुश्किल होता है. But
Yeah.
breast reconstruction is one of the simplest and most easily available options. और चौथा ये है that breast cancer के बाद मतलब आप लाइफ नॉर्मली नहीं जी सकते हो. आपको बहुत restrictions होंगी because this is your surgery area, so you are restricted from your upper body. But that's not true. I do everything. In fact, I've started doing so much more than I was doing before breast cancer. So much more with my upper body that it's. I mean, I would never think before the cancer. I would never even think कि मैं ये कर सकती हूँ. I got the courage only because I fought so much with the cancer that I thought that if I can fight this, then why can't I do this? What's a handstand? What's a pull up? I can do it. So वो चीज एक myth होती है. Or I think I also want to say that a lot of people believe chemotherapy is horrible and radiotherapy also is horrible. My radiotherapy was so smooth. I had zero side effects, like very, very minuscule side effects I had. So the technology has advanced so much. The machines are so good now. The medicines are so good now that side effects have become minimal. And chemotherapy also, when I used to go for my radiotherapy, I did not encounter chemotherapy. But when I used to go for my radiotherapy, I used to meet people जो कीमोथेरेपी करवा के जा रहे होते थे. वो आते थे, करवाते थे, फिर ऑफिस चले जाते थे. सो इट्स नॉट कि कीमोथेरेपी हो रही है तो सबके साथ खराब नहीं हो रही है. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि आपके साथ भी खराबी होगी. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ योर बॉडी इज टेकिंग इट and the
Yeah.
dosage and everything. You have doctors to sort of balance that out for you. And also, last thing I want to say is कि ब्रेस्ट कैंसर मीन्स ऐसा नहीं है कि XYZ का ब्रेस्ट कैंसर ऐसा था तो मेरा भी ऐसा ही होगा सेम. ब्रेस्ट कैंसर मीन्स सेम, ऐसा नहीं है. देर आर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ ब्रेस्ट कैंसर्स, देर आर डिफरेंट stages of breast cancer. There are different recovery treatment options for breast cancer. It depends on what your cancer is, your medication, treatment, recovery, everything depends on that. So do not compare yourself with anybody else, because breast cancer doesn't, it's not like a blanket rule
Yeah.
that applies to all breast cancers. It's different. Mine was very different. Even the same cancer, ER/PR positive cancer, can be different in one person and the other person, because it depends on your own body, depends on how you recover, depends on your mindset, depends on how
Yeah.
positive you are, what are your thoughts, and lots of things. So yeah, those are the things those are the myths that I could bust in my own experience.
Thank you for sharing that, Chhavi. Now, I feel like many people, facing a cancer diagnosis experience fear and uncertainty, about the future, which is natural. How did you manage those feelings, and what advice would you give to others in a similar situation?
Yeah, I want to ask you, have you never felt fear and uncertainty in life? How many
I
times in
have.
life do we fail do
Yeah.
we face fear and uncertainty at work, at home,
Yeah.
in personal relationships, in other health conditions? How many times do you just get dejected with it? No, fear and
Yeah.
uncertainty is a part of our life. अभी
Yeah.
I'll tell you, मतलब बुखार हो जाता है, अगर आपको 101 102 बुखार हो जाता है ना, तो भी डर जाता है इंसान कि अरे कल मैं ऑफिस नहीं जा पाऊंगा, हाउ विल आई फिनिश माय डेडलाइंस. ये that's a small fear and uncertainty, but it is there and you fight it. So
Yeah.
once my doctor told me that Chhavi, your cancer is curable, there was no point in having any kind of fear and uncertainty, because utna uncertainty to hai, matlab anything goes here and there. That uncertainty is always there. No, you leave your house to
Yeah.
go to work, you sit in your car, what is the guarantee that you won't have an accident and die?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, more deaths happen across the world in road accidents than
Yeah.
they happen on a surgery table, right? So that was what I told myself, that it's always the thoughts, that the thoughts not only guide your body, your thoughts also guide the vibes around you. What is the kind of vibes that you're giving to the universe? It's coming from your thoughts. सो जस्ट बी पॉजिटिव यार. अच्छा होगा ना, सब अच्छा ही होगा. जब डॉक्टर बोल रहा है कि क्योर हो जाओगी, तो फिर अच्छा ही होगा ना. डॉक्टर इज द एक्सपर्ट. आई एम नॉट द एक्सपर्ट. He knows what he's doing. He knows his job. So why should I be worried if he's not worried? That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. And I feel like in general also our our brain functions that way कि मतलब negative thoughts को वो multiply ही करता है.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली और
हाँ,
पॉजिटिव थॉट्स को भी मल्टीप्लाई करेगा यू ट्राई थिंकिंग पॉजिटिव वो सब अच्छा अच्छा होगा आई गिव यू
हाँ,
वेरी रिडिक्यूलस एग्जांपल व्हेन माय हस्बैंड इज ड्राइविंग एंड वी आर गोइंग टू अ प्लेस वेयर वी नो वी वोंट फाइंड पार्किंग होता है ना आप गाड़ी लेके निकलते हो आपको पता है कि यार यहाँ पे गाड़ी नहीं लेके जानी चाहिए मुंबई में तो बहुत होता है कि पार्किंग नहीं मिलेगी तो हम लोग कैब में जाते हैं बट इफ ही इज ड्राइविंग we always find parking. Always find parking. But if I'm driving, we never find parking because that's my thought. It's my thoughts that यार पार्किंग नहीं मिलेगी क्या करूंगी कहाँ लगाऊंगी गाड़ी कहाँ छोड़ूंगी पार्किंग नहीं मिलती वो सोचता ही नहीं है इस बारे में वो जाता है यहाँ से गाड़ी उसके सामने निकलती है पार्किंग स्पॉट खाली होता है वो लगाता है एंड इट्स जस्ट दैट पॉजिटिविटी so the more positive you are everything around you becomes positive.
yeah. I think this is what the law of attraction also says, no?
Yeah,
I
exactly,
think,
it's exactly that.
yeah. I think people should read up about this. It's
Yeah,
beautiful, the power of manifestation.
absolutely.
Now छवि, आपकी कैंसर ब्रेस्ट कैंसर जर्नी में कुछ ऐसा कोई अपलिफ्टिंग मोमेंट था जिससे आपको बहुत होप मिला, समथिंग समथिंग नोटवर्दी दैट यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर?
See, सबसे पहले तो when I after the surgery when I came to, um, the first thing that I heard was I was
Yeah,
supposed to be given cuts, like I was supposed to be cut in the front.
yeah,
The first thing that I got to know was that my doctor didn't cut me in the front. There is no scar in the front. He said we managed to give you no scars in the front, and I think you're going to be very happy with the result. I was so happy. I was like, how did you do that? And they really
yeah,
took pains because मेरा सबसे बड़ा fear यही था कि कैंसर तो ठीक हो जाएगा लेकिन क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ क्या रहेगी कैंसर के बाद will I be able to do the things that I love? That was my biggest fear. So they knew that my if I have scars in the front of my body, I'll always remember, I'll look at myself and I'll always remember that day. They didn't want to leave me with that memory. They wanted to leave me with a happy memory. And they decided on the operation table when I was under that they're not going to cut
yeah,
me from here. They are going to cut around my areola and there's going to be no scar. So it was super, I was super happy. And then I think from that point onwards, every day was an uplifting moment because when my arm was stuck till here, I couldn't raise it.
yeah,
Every day I raised it by a degree. And in 30 days, like I was going here because I had to start my radiotherapy. So I had to bring my hand from here to here in 30 days. And every day when I lifted up little bit, little by little, little by little, little by little, it was so encouraging that, oh my God, I'm getting somewhere. Today I can do this. And the little physiotherapy exercises, which my physiotherapist had told me to do them. And the next time she would come and she would say, wow, you're doing it so well. Now let's change your exercise. Let's give you a more advanced one. And I think all these little victories are so big if you come to look at it.
Chavi, one of our viewers is asking a question, Pintu. कैंसर कैसे पता लगा मैम आपको, इसके क्या सिम्टम्स थे आपके केस में?
Okay, so the symptoms that I had in my case was only a lump. Okay, the lump was sitting there, which I completely ignored. Okay, so it's a good question that you asked, Pintu. Uh, I would say that please keep at least touching yourself and seeing if there is a lump anywhere. That is the first thing you need to do. If you find a lump, just get it checked. सबसे सिंपल है कि कोई नई चीज मुझे फील हो रही है मैं चेक करा लेती हूँ क्या है
हाँ,
ठीक है मैंने वो चीज नहीं कराई I was just simply very lucky. I had a gym injury in my chest. I went to get the gym injury checked when my lump was discovered. And doctors know वो टच करके बता देंगे आपको कि ये lump जो है आपका कैंसरस है कि नहीं है. They are magical. They have so much experience. Okay, to me, I still have two more lumps. They all feel the same, but the other two lumps are not cancerous. They are benign. So I went to check my injury, the gym injury that I had in the chest when they touched my lump, and then they told me, "Ki, this doesn't look okay. So let's, investigate it further and let's do a biopsy." And then the
yeah.
biopsy told us that I had cancer.
Okay. Uh, Now, Chavi, during your treatment, right, आप रेडियोथेरेपी ले रहे थे, इसके साथ साथ आपने क्या कोई और कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री थेरेपीज या माइंडफुलनेस प्रैक्टिसेस एक्सप्लोर करी टू सॉर्ट ऑफ हेल्प यू इन योर हीलिंग प्रोसेस?
So the only thing that I did was I changed my diet a bit for 3 months. There was a specific diet which I followed, जिसमें there was एक तो टाइमली ईटिंग था, 6-7 बार छोटी छोटी
Yeah.
छोटी चीजें कुछ खानी थी, उसमें सीड्स इंक्लूड किए गए थे, एंड देयर वाज some different oils and things like that which were included. Nuts were included, and there was a leaf tea which I still consume. It's a leaf. It's called Lakshmi Taru leaf. जिसको boil करके you make the tea and you drink it. That I still have it. I still have it in the morning on an empty stomach. So that is one thing that I did. Of course, strictly no alcohol, and I still don't drink so much anyway. But even like once in 2 weeks kind of a drink, I completely stopped. Sugar, I completely avoided, like zero processed sugar. If I had sugar cravings, I had jaggery. That also very little. And I stopped all supplementation, in the sense of protein supplements or anything plastic which I'm putting in my body. I completely stopped. Everything was organic, everything was plant based. I continued to eat eggs and chicken, but I avoided red meat during radiotherapy. And I think that's about it. Baki to there's a lot of discipline in my life anyway, so I continued that. I sleep early. I sleep by 8:30, and I wake up by 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's good amount of sleep that I take. Continued that, and I included some meditation in my, which I had discontinued for many years. I have learned transcendental meditation, but I stopped practicing it. So I started doing that again. That really helps.
Okay. Now, Chavi, breast cancer survivors often face, body image issues. Someone who's going through that right now, do you have any advice for them?
See, I completely understand that it's very important for a woman to feel like a woman. Okay. So, firstly, if somebody is going through body image issues, it is completely okay. It is completely acceptable. It is fair for you to feel that. So, don't let anybody tell you कि अरे कुछ नहीं होता, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है इतना, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, I know. But also, having said that, you understand that your body has gone through a lot,
Yeah.
and your breasts are warriors, and it is that organ. If you have removed that organ, it is something that has saved your life. And of course, there is a lot more to life than that. And the third thing that I want to say is, if it still bothers you, please go in for a reconstruction. It will cost you some money, but please go in for a reconstruction. It is absolutely worth it. If body image is a problem that you're facing, please go in for a reconstruction.
छवि, ऑफ कोर्स मतलब अगर हमें कुछ सिम्टम्स नज़र आ रहे हैं, कोई लम्प फील हुआ है, ऑफ कोर्स वी शुड गो एंड गेट इट चेक्ड. बट उसके अलावा भी आई थिंक रेगुलर स्क्रीनिंग्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, and that can help you with like early detection, right? And the sooner you detect something, the sooner you can start the treatment. Can you talk about that a little?
Yeah. So early detection is the only thing which will save your life. You don't want to
Yeah.
go to a doctor with breast cancer stage 4. You do not want to, because you will, in all probability, lose the breast, lose both, go through horrible chemotherapy, go through very painful treatment. You will still survive, but the
Yeah.
treatment will really drain so much out of you that it will take you so long to recover. So you don't want that. एंड ब्रेस्ट कैंसर स्क्रीनिंग तो सबसे सिंपल है, तो क्यों नहीं करनी है यार? हर 6 महीने में तो करवा लो, 6 महीने में करवा लो. आई एम नॉट सेइंग every month you can just check yourself, touch yourself, unless you feel something, then you go to the doctor. But otherwise, every 6 months, please screen yourself. And nowadays breast cancer is so common that it also happens to little girls. Little girls मतलब young girls, मतलब कोई एज इज नॉट अ फैक्टर ओनली. आप
Yeah.
कितने भी एज के हो सकते हो. एक टाइम था जब 40 के बाद होता था, बट अभी तो 24, 23, 25 कि गर्ल्स को भी ब्रेस्ट कैंसर हो जाता है. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड एज अ पेरेंट ऑल्सो आई फील दैट इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस mothers to educate our girls about the incidence of breast cancer, and help them understand how to screen themselves.
Yeah. And Chavi, breast cancer treatments are not cheap. They are expensive. That's a fact. And a lot of people might not have that kind of financial stability to bear those costs. Do you have any suggestions for them?
Unfortunately, I have no suggestions. Breast cancer treatment is expensive, so please get a health insurance policy, because that is what
Yeah.
I used. That is what saved me. Otherwise, आप चाहे कितने ही मतलब well off क्यों ना हो,
Yeah.
it you definitely take a hit, yeah, because that's funds which you've saved for something else and you're putting it all towards your treatment. Health insurance policy
Yeah.
तो चाहिए ही चाहिए आजकल, because let's face it, कैंसर एक चीज है मगर आजकल तो कितनी चीजें हो जाती हैं यार. Who predicted कोरोना वायरस हो गया कितने लोगों को, right? So you cannot be stupid. I mean, if you don't have a insurance policy, then I think you're just being stupid and ignorant. That's
Yeah.
what I feel.
Yeah. And gone are the days जब हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस के बहुत hefty प्रीमियम्स होते थे. आजकल आपको बहुत कम प्रीमियम पे भी हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस मिल जाएगा. So why not just go for it?
Yeah, unless you want to, like, in future sell your kidney or something for the treatment, that is an option you have. But otherwise, you
Yeah.
can go in for a policy. And Policy Bazaar has so many options. Yeah, you should tell people about the options that you have, because I genuinely am saying that if I didn't have the health insurance policy, it would have been a hit that we would have taken. क्योंकि इलाज
Yeah.
तो कराना ही है, किडनी तो नहीं बेच सकते.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. ऑन दैट नोट पॉलिसी बाजार पर बहुत सारे हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस प्लान्स अवेलेबल है फ्रॉम डिफरेंट insurance providers, so you can just go to the platform and compare different plans and then choose one according to your needs. Now, Chabi, my last question to you is, what message of hope or encouragement would you like to share with individuals currently battling breast cancer or their loved ones?
I just want to say that please don't keep waiting for it all to be over before you start living your life. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a journey. Enjoy the journey as much as you can. Um, don't be sad and morose about it कि कब खत्म होगा. डॉक्टर ने बोला था 2 महीना कीमो चलेगा, 2 महीने के बाद फिर 6 महीने रिकवरी में लगेंगे, 8 महीने के बाद एंजॉय करूंगी. डोंट थिंक लाइक दैट. Enjoy today. Whatever you can enjoy today. This
Yeah.
will pass. And trust me, if you just make it light, it will pass sooner. And same goes for the loved ones. Try to have a positive atmosphere around the person who's sick, and it'll help you, it'll help them, and it'll just be easier for everybody in the family.
Yeah. Chavi, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for sharing your personal experience with us and our viewers today. I hope all the females watching our episode today benefit from this discussion in one way or another.
Thank you, Simran. I want to ask you, when was the last time you screened yourself for breast cancer?
I think about 4 months ago.
Good, very good. So take note, all the viewers who are watching, and please make sure that you don't give more than a 6 month gap.
Yes, yes.
It was great to
Thank
be
you.
here and great talking to you.
Thank you, Chavi. Same here.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much to all the viewers who tuned in and आप लोगों ने इतने comments leave करे हैं. Thank you so much. We are glad we could, do our bit in raising awareness around this deadly disease. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.